Hello viewers, here is a Vornado 5-speed Premium Series VN. This is the model 745. It was made in March of 2009, and this was one of the first, I think it was the first Vornado VN I ever had. I got this for Christmas probably in 2010 or maybe 2011, and I've gotten a lot of use out of this over the years. I would say this is kind of like one of the last really good Vornado fans that was made. They had some decent fans in the early 2010s, but they have in recent times taken a dive in motor quality. I purchased one of their fans, I think two summers ago, and I just wasn't impressed for the price. The motor looked like the same motor in the $20 competitor fan. One thing you do have going for Vornado still is the warranties, and from what I've heard of those who've had to claim the warranties, they're still very good about it, but their fans are just not what they used to be at all. This one here, we'll take a look at the motor. It's really a good motor in these fans, earlier ones. This is supposed to be designed to be easy to take off. There we go. That's a really substantial motor, and you just don't get ones like that in fans anymore. It is a PSC motor, 5 speeds. I've seen advertising in certain places that claim this is a ball bearing motor. I don't think it is. It doesn't behave like a ball bearing motor. You know, it's got the in and out play, and the bearings are free, but they don't glide quite like a ball bearing would. So I don't think it's ball bearing. I haven't opened up the motor to confirm, but just looking at it right now, it doesn't look like there's ball bearings in there. Doesn't look like it at all. Which, you know, is okay, because seed bearings, if they're kept oiled, they last plenty long. This one is not old enough to have oil ports. Is that back together correctly? No, it's not. So what's the problem here? There it goes. It's not old enough to have oil ports, which kind of stinks. So even this is kind of the beginning of when they started to cheapen out the motors. But it's still a really good fan, and I'm not afraid of going into a motor with oil bearings that are intended to be oiled. No problem for me. I think it came with only 3 of the 4 feet. I remember this being an issue when I got it. It only had 3 of the 4 feet. I used to use it on carpet, so it was never a problem. And you can put 3 on there, and it's just fine anyways. 5-speed switch. It's an interesting color too. It's like a kind of a gold tan like color. Alright, let's get this thing plugged in, and we're going to start it up on the slowest speed, number 1. Doesn't sound too good on startup. I recall that being an issue in the last couple of years that I've used this fan. It probably just needs to be taken apart and oiled, because I've never stripped the motor and oiled it. It doesn't, you know, it spins just fine. It doesn't seem like it needs to be oiled, but that to me sounds like dry bearings. It's pretty quiet and low. I used to use this when I was sleeping. Stuff's gonna blow around here. Yeah, it's moving plenty of air. Certainly a good amount of air for the noise. Okay, let's go up to number 2. And there's a cartilage making a lot of noise over here. It's got a pretty good range in the speeds too. There's number 3. They're nicely incremented. And it's still not that loud for the amount of air it's pushing out. Balance is good. Number 4. And a number 5, which is full power. Plowing over behind me here. I guess maybe the bearings do seem a little bit dry. Well, maybe this spring I'll service it. I'll do a full servicing video on it. So that's it, the Vornado 745. Really good fin.